the hopscotch all the way to downtown Miami. And I go from Northwest 5th Street way down to Mercy Hospital. I got Key Biscayne. I got none of the other islands. I got Fisher Island, Key Biscayne. However, it goes out west. And when, you know, it follows 5th Street till it gets to the river. When it gets to 17th Avenue, it goes north into Alapata. I go all the way up to 34th Street around Alapata between 17th and 22nd, down to the river. When it goes down to the river, it goes back to 17th, and it follows 17th into the water. In other words, that's South of Mercy Hospital. I got South Beach, I got Fisher Island, I got downtown Miami, I got parts of Lower Town, I got West Alapata, I got Little Havana, I got the Rose, I got Brickell. And then,
so what would you change?
Wait a second, I haven't finished. You know, South of Mercy Hospital disappears. And 5 miles down on Edgewater Drive, it starts all over again. And I got Gables by the City, I got Coco Plum, I got South Coral Gables down in Bayamo, Hardy, whatever. And I got the very tip of Pinecrest. That is my district. How do you make sense of that? I don't know. You know, so fair districts, I think if we don't vote for anything, folks, vote for fair districts, because we need to have it redrawn. You know, in Miami Beach, an island that is 7 square miles, you got 3 state representatives. Totally asinine. I mean, this is schizophrenic.
So you're supporting the amendment?
Big time, big time. What was it first?
I'm just throwing out.
Hey folks, you know what? The worst thing you can do to a politician on an election season, give him a microphone or give him a podium. You know, he'll talk all night.
All right, let's see. We normally don't take questions from the floor, but because there's one person, it's not a bad thing. So yes, sir. Tell us your name and your question.
My name is Armando Garrido. I wish I had the opportunity to address this question to the gentleman that left. But Mr. Garcia, in a matter of priorities, what do you choose? Government to help, a business for profit, or a family whose home is going to be foreclosed because they lost a job and are going to stay wherever, or somebody who's been unemployed who cannot buy groceries for the children, which is the first priority for you?
You know what? That's an easy question. And I wish you had answered those questions when you were my teacher at Miami High 50 years ago. He used to teach at Miami High. Dr. Garrido, you know, we known each other for over 50 years.
Was he a good student or a bad?
So,
Fifth Amendment.
folks, you know, when you put it like that, it's very simple. You know, I mean, do we need to help the one that needs help? However, you give somebody a fish and you feed him for one day. You're teaching him to fish, you feed him for life. So, you know, whatever help that we do, it can be, it has to be prorated or prolonged to the time that they can be back on their feet. Again, I don't know if I answered that question.
Who will you help first?
No,
Business, not forever.
No.
But the tax will be served.
Where are you? You on time?
No, I have a prior application.
Here's what we're going to do, because we're not, all right.
I got a debate now.
What we'll do is, you know, you got to be flexible in life, and we have 10 minutes left. And thank you for coming. I'm sure you were beyond busy. We'll give you 5 minutes to just.
Start with 3.
Well, no. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to have
two, that's fine.
You're going to have a combined opening and closing statement. Just tell us, Julio's not here, he came and he had to go. And then, so let's do that for 5 minutes, and then Luis, a closing statement. And then, now, there was one other question.
Roger.
Before we start, let's have your question.
I'll make it real brief. I mean, I could get a whole speech going here, but I just want one word answer.
Question, not a speech.
Yeah, I said I could. I won't. I could preface myself. I've done that. Did you vote for SB 6, the House Education Bill this spring?
I voted against it.
Thank you.
And I was
Like I said,
very, very much against it.
thank you.
Your answer to that question?
I didn't vote for anything. I wasn't at the same
You're right.
So, I've been in, private life for the last 10 years.
All right, so 5 minutes, tell us about yourself, why they should support you.
Sure, wonderful. Well, first of all, I apologize for being late, but, what happens a lot of times in these campaigns is that you have to be in 5 places at the same time, and I had a radio program at 8, and so, I was like left scrambling all over town, but I'm glad to be able to come here at least with the tail end. I'll give you like a little bit of background, about me in case, I don't know how many of you know me or not. So I was born in Miami in 1963 at Jackson Memorial Hospital. I went to St. Peter Paul, not too far from here, first through 8th grade. After that, I went to Glen Jesuit Prep where I graduated in 1981. University of Miami undergrad in 1984, majored in philosophy and English Lit, and got my law degree in 1987 from the University of Miami. I've been practicing law for 23 years here in Miami and in Coral Gables, which is where my practice is now. I've been married for 24 years, or it will be 24 years on the 19th of December of this year. 3 kids, ages 22, 18, and 12. My daughter is the little baby on the family, 2 boys, 22 and 18. My public service consists of the time I spent on the Board of County Commissioners. I was there for almost 8 years, 2 full terms, 1993 to 2000. I chaired the County Commission in 1996. And just to give you some of the things that I've sponsored and fought for when I was on the County Commission, and actually got passed, because, it's one thing to say, I sponsored this and I sponsored that, or I proposed this. It's another thing to say that I proposed it and actually got it done and was effective in getting it done. And I think that's, one of the key things that distinguishes my candidacy, with all due respect, from my opponents. I've been successful at effectively sponsoring items that actually become law and that protect neighborhoods and protect people. I created the Miami Community Councils, also known as Community Zoning Appeals Board. I did that back, I guess it was 1996 or thereabouts. There was a lot of opposition to that from people who didn't want zoning hearings to take place in unincorporated day, to take place in the neighborhoods at a time when people could actually attend. Before then, everybody would have to go to downtown Miami-Dade County at 9:30 in the morning and sit around and wait to see if there was a quorum. And often, there wasn't a quorum, and they'd have to come back. And so through a battle of attrition, if you will, you'd have hearings where you'd have very few people representing neighborhoods and representing communities who actually had any input. So the Community Zoning Appeals Board, I think, are one of the things that I'm proudest of. That actually led the way to some of the cities like Palmetto Bay and Doral and so forth. They used to be part of an incorporated Dade County. I sponsored and created the Office of the Inspector General in Miami-Dade County. There was no Inspector General in Miami-Dade County until I sponsored that ordinance. I fought for it, got it done, and today the Office of Inspector General has identified millions of dollars of fraud and waste, and those people who have been defrauding the taxpayer have been prosecuted. Needless to say, it's also deterred a lot of fraud and mismanagement and what have you in Miami-Dade County government. So the Office of Inspector General is another one of the things that I'm proudest of. And there's some talk, and I don't know, I wasn't here earlier, but when it comes to the urban development boundary, I sponsored the ordinance that made it harder to move the urban development boundary. Before you needed a simple majority vote. Now you need a 2/3 vote in order to move the urban development boundary, and that rule was in place because I sponsored it at a time when people did not want that rule to pass. And there was a big hearing in Miami-Dade County. Roger, you may remember that time. Audience, filled with people, trucks honking and beeping with signs, calling me all kinds of names except my upper name. And Miguel Diaz de la Portilla, that's my name. But we got it done because it was the right thing to do given the circumstances and given what was happening in Miami-Dade County at that time. And I was the first person actually to bring the connection between development and public schools to bear. Before that, in the early 1990s, and I'm talking about 1993, 1994, 1995, very few people talked about the connection between schools and between development and infrastructure. And again, I created the Joint Task Force